Good day, guys. Hoping that everybody's doing well today. Let's see what we've got on the markets. Hi, boys. How's it going, Derek? Hope my sound is perfect. If my sound is good, just give me a shout and then I can get started. USD ZAR. I've never actually, I haven't recently looked at it. I don't really like trading the pair. I just prefer looking at your majors, of course, but we'll definitely take a look. Sound is perfect. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so yesterday we had these pairs here, which didn't actually go back into our levels, which kind of sucked. But that's what you get in the markets. This one just completely flew off. We didn't get that nice retracement. The ECAD also completely blew through our analysis levels, and because we're using stops, completely went away. We didn't get touched by that. AU also completely left us. CAD Swiss franc came into our zone, hit a stop loss. Some are saying this actually went into break even. Well, I don't know what happened to me, but I hit my stop loss right here. My stop loss was hit right here, and yeah, completely went off. And then GA, yesterday was not really much of a great day. GA completely left us as well. EA completely left us, didn't even come back into our levels. GBP Swiss franc just turned before our levels. We had two big swings all the way down, but then left us as well. And then we had the NZD Swiss franc, which also didn't trigger. Yeah, also didn't go that low, but it's the nature of the game. Let's take a look at what you guys want to see today. EAGJ, USD ZAR. Okay, there we go. How was it, Steven? Let's start with the EA. I had it marked from yesterday. So let's see what we've got from the bigger time frame and just take it down from there. Okay, we are bullish on this one, extremely bullish. Let's look. Very bullish. I'd probably try find an area. Okay, let's see. There's a level here which was broken down below. And I'll probably wait for this level to be broken first, if I don't want to rush the trade, of course, and then find an area in these levels to basically go long, and going back into the lower time frames. This will be based on the daily, by the way. So if you do base it on the daily, you are looking at something along these lines. And the significant one should be that one there. You're looking at something along these lines, going along, of course. My only concern would be this area, because you can see here it is broken. So that would be my only concern. And your setup would look something similar to this. your setup look something similar to this, going all the way up at the 59262 level, 59043 level, and this will be based on the daily. And then if we were to go deeper into price and then try to look at the smaller time frames, you would look at going down with the pair. As you can see, there's bearish momentum, of course. You see there's lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower lows, and I'll probably look at a retracement and get in around these levels, and I would try and refine it to a good level. It should be around these areas here, and drop it even further to find one that is not mitigated, of course. So look something along these lines, and then that's how we would look at it. So something along these lines. This would be based on the hourly, of course. So on the daily, we would look at it along from this level, and we should expect price to actually react when it comes down here, even when you're trading it down from these levels. So once price does react at those levels, then you should confirm this bigger move. But what you could also find is price just keeps dropping, sorry, and then basically passes the level. You'll have your stop order, and then if it continues, then you'll sell from this level. If it does trigger, we'll keep getting you some profits, and then if not, then I guess it's just not a great day. Awesome. So that's how I'd look at EA from both sides. And then GJ, I was waiting for GJ actually. I was waiting for it. Where is my GJ? Oh, there we go. Okay, so on the hourly, I was waiting for this to happen. And then once that happens, let me just remove all of this and then just find a good area to work with, which should be around these levels. Guys, I'm not going blind in here. There's just certain measures and setups and things that I'm looking for, which of course I only share on the bootcamp. And for those that are on the bootcamp, they would definitely know what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. So we'd look at something along these levels. If you don't want to refine all the way down to your 5 minute, because now you start getting very tight stops, and if you've got a broker that's giving you some bad spreads, then you are going to get affected. So you want to try and have a good stop loss range. This is a 4 pip, so what you can do is you can actually increase it slightly, maybe to a 5 or a 10 if you want. The 10 is also pretty good. And then this is the setup I'd look at for GJ. It would look something like that, going long. So we'll definitely watch it. I don't know if you guys have tried the wishing, but it's a very impressive tool, man. I'm quite proud that we came up with that. But what that means now is, out of all these setups that I analyze here, I can basically take all of them, and I don't even have to be on the screen. So that's where it comes in, because usually what would have an issue with taking too many trades, because you can't really manage too many trades. So you end up increasing risk, and then once you increase risk, then if you lose 2, then you're out. So with this tool now, I can reduce my risk and take all my trades, and that comes out pretty good. I mean, if you lose, well, I don't think I've ever lost 10 in a row in a given day, but whichever one goes well basically comes up and puts me in a good state. Awesome. USD ZAR. Okay. This is another pair I haven't looked at in a minute. I don't trade it personally, but I remember one of the streamers here asked me to take a look. already we're looking at a very nice long from the daily perspective. But I think you guys want the more shorter view, which is very bearish, of course, on the 4 hour, and then drop down again to the hourly, still bearish. So I would probably look at a nice retracement. See, it went out of these levels here, but there's a massive level here. This drop here. Okay, cool. Let's go back into the 4 hour and see if we can take it from these levels. And if we do take it from these levels, we'll probably look at somewhere along these zones. And guys, please give me a shout of how the trades went, because I don't really follow up with these ones. I know one of the guys had a very good US 500 trade yesterday. I mean, I think he hit 19R. I didn't even follow up with that, but that was a good trade. Pretty good trade. Okay, so I'm looking for an area. There we go. There's that beautiful candle that would basically try to work with. This area here. It's also a bit too busy. I think the chances of price going back to these levels is very, very low. So it becomes slightly difficult to trade from these. But it is a better option because you do get a better RR. And then another alternative, this is based on the 15, would be to get it from these levels as well. Let's just check how many pips it is. 134 points. Well, 134 pips. That's quite massive. But as these are, so 229. Let's go back into the 5 minute. There we go. There's the level. And then this one, you'd also, if you'd want to use this significant one here at the top, but this one will also suffice, so that's fine. And then go back into the hourly there. So your setup would look, you'd have this first trade targeting these levels, and if you are using the wushu, you don't really worry about TP because it maximizes your trades. So if your trade is going to go up to 100 without any drastic retracements, it will make sure you get out at 100. It's not going to get out sooner. That's why emotions are kicked out. But yeah, so this is what we're looking at on the USD ZAR. Yeah, so the 14469 area, 14477, 1452, and 14512 zones. Okay, and then I see, well, I don't know what Younger asked there, message retraced. Oh, you're asking if I trade specific pairs long. I trade, these are all the pairs that I watch. These 32 pairs here, I watch them all. The US 100 and US 30, I left them here. I barely trade them because I get a lot of requests for these. Some trades go very well, some don't. And also VIX, and I also barely traded the US oil sometimes. But all these I trade. When I get a good setup, I go into it. I see Awanga wants us to look at US 30 and Bitcoin. I think those will be the last ones. So US 30. Oh man, that was a beautiful one. I don't know who got this. This is from yesterday actually. Gone. I mean, this is a 9R, give or take. But if you were using the wushu, you'd have probably gotten kicked out of this trade here. Or here. And then you'd probably have re-entered. But that was a beautiful trade from yesterday. We took a look at this. Now, this is something I was sharing with the bootcamp guys, because we're trading, well, two strategies. There's going to be a third one added on, where we basically confirmed that this trade to try avoid something like that happening, and then you're getting kicked out, and then it comes back down. Because this trade was taken from a daily, so there's two trades in which is a daily, and then we looked at the hourly one. So that's pretty awesome. But okay, based on this, Let's see. Go back into the daily. We do have this nice area, of course, here, which is the one that we traded from yesterday. So we are going to be trading from it until proven wrong. It's all about it's a game of probability, of course. This is what we're looking at. Okay, so we are looking at something like this. Actually, let me do this. Let me go back to the original one. This one right here. Just want to remove. Okay, there we go. Just want to screenshot this or copy the chart image. And I want to see the video from yesterday, of course. Anyway, hope it copied. There we go. So now we go back into the daily, remove everything, start from scratch, get your daily key zones. And once you've got your daily key zones, I mean, you are well on your way to getting a nice setup or increasing the odds of being correct. And this is how it look. I'll probably look at a buy from this area based on the daily, and I confirm it with my hourly. The other strategy, of course, and I'll potentially look at a trade from these levels here, trying to find a nice tee-off area, and it will all depend on what this area is doing, because I can see already now it's breaking down nicely. So let me just finish the daily one first, and then it will look something like that. It will look something like that. You can even go lower, so you can get a good stop loss range. I think when you're trading these as well, just watch your spreads. And if you've got your spreads on lock, you'll be good. So if you've got your spreads, you should be good. And then I'll probably look at this area here for a short. And like I explained before, you want to confirm your trades. You don't just want to dive into any trade. You want to make sure that you are getting into a nice probable trade and your chances are increased. And this is why we've got the bootcamp specifically meant for that. And it is getting better by the day. More stuff are getting introduced. And yeah. So this is what I'd look at on the US 30. So look at something along these lines. So you look at a short from this area here, targeting these daily levels, and you look at a long here, targeting these daily levels over here. Your setup would look something like that. So you're essentially expecting price to either drop down, trigger you in, buy stops, and or you're expecting price to actually retrace first, going back to these levels and then dropping down. I think we've probably got 4 or 5 of these in the past couple of weeks, where price went up, took one of our trades, came down, took the second one, went all the way up again. That was beautiful. That was really beautiful. But you do get some of those days, and some days you don't. So that's how your US 30 would look. And Bitcoin. This is another nemesis that I was looking at. So this one I had a very big overview. I think this was based on the weekly, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm also still waiting for price to basically break these levels here, break this level at the top here, and basically look at a position from these levels. And these two levels, I looked at them from the previous setups. So if you were to look at a position now, you would look at a long, and you'd look at taking it from either this level here, and just go back into the 15, and your setup would look something like that. If you were to go long, you could also go back and take it from these levels as well, but that would be a bit tricky. So your position would look something like that. So you look at something like that. Targeting 10R. This is how you look at Bitcoin. So you'd expect it to drop down, these levels holding, and if they do hold, you expect it to push back up. And if this doesn't hold, then your buy will basically become invalid, and you'll try it again next time. Awesome then. So that's it for the day, guys. Happy trading, manage your risk. Check out our bootcamp, check out the Wushu Toolbox, and I'll chat again tomorrow pre-London. Cheers, guys.